What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Finally made it out here to Japan. I'm staying at the Upper Hotel in Fukushima, which isn't too far. I've already done a night in Haneda, which is like the airport in Tokyo. And then I met up with the crew here. And then, yeah, before we check in, we're gonna go to Ebisu. And I think we're just gonna get a rundown of the track and basically maybe even get some passenger laps or something with the other drivers. So I don't think we're doing some driving until tomorrow, but I'm just gonna get settled in to our new home for the next week and then, yeah, do some skids. So let's go.
Right, you guys can all go in the car with Matt.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he'll take you up the mountain.
Welcome, this is Ebisu.
You guys know it's a zoo.
Yeah, heard about that.
I didn't find that till yesterday. I couldn't believe it. There's lions and elephants.
What kind of speeds are we gonna reach?
Third gear, we'll get up to probably 100,
Yeah, right.
90. So, depending on, like, you know, if you're ready to go for battle practice and tents and stuff, we'll be doing, 90.
Yeah, right.
So obviously he's teaching his girlfriend how to drive. A lot of people stand on that wall behind us with those lights, and they'll feel people coming up over the hill. Obviously there's heaps of runoff if you make a mistake, but you don't really want to drop any wheels on this track because a lot of the edges of this track are pretty unforgiving. They're quite sharp. If you drop a tyre, you rip the tyre off the bead, you'll damage the lower control arm, so you got to be really careful when you're driving on these tracks and trying to stay on the track. Do you want to get out and have a look at the cars and stuff here? Just go for a walk around.
Alrighty, guys, we made it out to Ebisu. We just had a little tour of the joint. There's like 7 different tracks to look at. So there's actually a race going on or something today. So I'm just having a look at all the cool cars. There's like a whole heap of Hondas, Mazdas, so many random cars. It's freaking wild being at Ebisu and like watch so many videos on YouTube, and now we're here. There's a lot going on, and there's a zoo, which is wild. So yeah, let's check it out. Freaking freezing here though. Apparently it's like 5 degrees.
I'll show you guys so we get the cars out. Pretty clean, hey? T78, so I had that on my car.
I didn't actually know that there was racing at Ebisu as well. Thought it was just like a drift thing, but yeah, people are hooting around the track. A few other drift cars up on the other tracks. So we might get a closer look at them today, but I don't think we're drifting today. Just like I said, just doing some passenger laps and stuff. So it's cool to get out and have a look at like what we've seen on the internet before.
This is power vehicles. You can see one of our trusty utes there, Holden Ute. That was brought over here by Team Orange many years ago. Do you guys know much about Team Orange?
No, that's like the old Subi, right?
Yeah, it came to Australia years ago for World Time Attack back in like 2012. So they had a rear-wheel drive Evo and a rear-wheel drive WRX.
Right.
That's Team Orange rally car. This is one of their drift cars. And they've got a whole shed full of cars there.
See how light S15? It's like 550 horsepower.
So this guy, Kubo, apparently is the one who owns the whole of this. Which is pretty crazy. Old school Team Orange. 15. So cool. Shout out Noriara.
You know, the guys have this car for 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The guys still drift hard, but like the car always clean like that.
It looks perfect.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Is it SR?
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, 2.1.
Nice. Alrighty guys, we just had lunch at the little restaurant thing here. I didn't really branch out too much, just got some chips and chicken. There's a whole heap of ramen and stuff there, which I'll probably get into while we're here. But yeah, we're going up to North Course now. We're going to do some tandems and laps and stuff, so should be cool. Pretty excited. These are the guys. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. I've actually never driven a chaser at all, so that's gonna be new. I didn't realise it's the auto door run. Fucking what? What's that?
We've got 3 instructors, and then we've got our media friend. Hello.
Hey.
We've also got a guest instructor on the last day, so we'll leave that as a little bit of a surprise, but he's probably one of the greats, would you say?
I think the more
Japanese
famous driver
greats.
in Japan, or
So-
maybe in the world.
Yes, so scrap Matty Hill, scrap Matty Russell.
Scrap
whatever.
Mitchell.
I'm just gonna leave.
I
bro.
just translate.
Yeah, this is like 500 horsepower almost. This thing is 300, 350. This one, and there's three other white ones
3 of the white
that are all
ones, kind of
pretty
white.
much stock standard engine-wise. That one is sort of Matty's spare D1 car, so that's got FD car. That one's got 400 kilowatt or something.
Yeah.
So that one's a bit of an animal. Yeah, but the rest of them are all pretty much standard engine-wise, just a basic sort of diff, seat, coilovers, lock mods. Not so much with the school, but like when you do Matsuri here or whatever, the more standard they are, just more reliable they are. And it's just so much more handy to have. Something like that.
Pop the hood.
Yeah, but it's beautiful fast though.
Look at it. Purrs like a kitten.
Open the other one, much better.
So this has got a, was it 3071 we put on this?
371, yeah.
3071. It's pumping out around 350 kilowatt. Still got stock cam, stock motor, so nothing's been touched on that basically, and still going strong. And as I was saying in the car on the way here, these 1Js will keep going probably to around 350 to 400 kilowatt.
Yeah, if you're not
Reliably.
familiar with J motors, they can just stock standard
They are
internals.
freak.
They will just cop a beating.
Quite
Except
a-
for your one.
Yeah. You have stock gearbox.
Yeah, stock gearbox. It's got roll cage, bucket seats, solid subframe in the rear. So all the soft bushings have been taken out and everything's been replaced with solid stuff. It's got adjustable control arms. Yeah, it's a pretty well set up car for Japan. It's a bit of overkill, really.
Alrighty guys, we're about to go for a lap in these whips. I don't have a camera mount on my thing yet, so I'm just going to hold it and see how we go.
Hello. Walter also lives here in Japan with Fausto. He's worked at Power Vehicles as well. So Walter, he can fix a spaceship whenever you want. So any questions, ask Walter. He's well knowledged, somewhat.
Somewhat.
Oh.
New job.
For once.
Cool car.
Doing this or what?
Yeah, mate. Come on with you.
I don't know. Maybe. I think we're gonna swap and do the other cars anyway as well. So. We rolling?
North Course, baby.
You're always rolling, aren't you?
Yeah, mate. Hell yeah, first time on North Course.
Welcome.
in! That thing's hard to keep up with.
I bet.
Loses me on that big corner heaps. That was good.
Yeah, boys. How many days we got of this?
Heaps.
Yeah, this is day one. Thanks, Matty.
No worries, man.
This is your car.
That is my car. Well, it's a sticker, but hey,
Yeah.
it looks like mine.
Close enough. Alright, guys, that was Matty's black one. Now I'm in Matty's white one.
Hey, what's up?
I'm just gonna swap the rear tyres over.
Shush.
So stop frying. It's only day one. When you are hitting a right corner as aggressively as we are, you tend to burn the right tyre a lot more. So we're going to quickly swap them over so we can get a bit more life out of it.
Yeah.
Got Walter on the tools, bro.
You don't even have to get out.
No, you don't even have to get out, mate. We've got pit stop.
That wheel's sick.
It is, hey. This is a Vertex wheel. It's genuine.
I want a set of these so bad.
Yeah, they're cool. They're Genitals or whatever they're called. Yeah.
Fucking like $800.
Yeah, bro.
That was close.
That was close. Front bar's hanging off. Hell yeah!
Loving it.
Good fun, bro?
Yeah, bro. That was sick.
Great. So tomorrow start off doing a few things here on Kuri 1. We're doing figure eights, handbrake turns, stuff like that. That does not look good.
Oh man.
So it's a bit wet, so it might be good to get you guys in the wet tomorrow and start off. Otherwise, there's a sprinkler system we can kick it off with. This is number 2. So we'll be getting a little bit more technical here. We'll be doing, second gear entries on the handbrake. We'll do some clutch kick entries, do a few more figure eights. This is where the Formula Drift track is, so I don't know if you guys have watched any of FD. They run Ebisu Circuit round 2 here. You can do heaps of layouts of this track. It's got a short course, long course. Huge entry onto that bankment, 180 there, and then link through here. Goes back behind the hill, up down there, and it links all the way back up down there and comes back down straight again. So quite a sketchy corner on this track. If you make any mistakes at high speed on your entry and you go off, you'll roll your car. You'll notice a lot of the tracks here at Ebisu have banks on the side of them, so if you make a mistake, you can be pretty stuck. We will be doing this track on the last day, I believe. I haven't had any students crash yet. I did have 2 students. They just touched each other on Kuri 2. I think they broke a headlight, so it's no big deal. It's fine. You got some more animals over here: alpacas, camels, goats. That's our restaurant over here in front of us. So obviously we'll be having lunch every day. We've got dogs here, raccoons, all crazy animals. The whole reason behind it is Fukushima had a love for drifting and had a love for animals, so he wanted the best of both worlds, so he built a zoo inside a drift park. Or a drift park inside a zoo, whatever one you want to put first.
That's wild.
Seeing a safari park inside a drift park, this is crazy. This is not normal. This car's been sitting here since June last year. I broke my leg, so I had to stop driving FD for the season. Very sad, very disappointed. A car trailer falling. Hypertune fuel rail, it's running on E85, it's got 2200cc injectors. These are core packs out of a Yaris, believe it or not. So the best thing for a 2J is to run a Yaris core pack or like an R35 GDR core pack. People even run genuine Toyota core packs or 2J core packs, and they can handle up to 800 horsepower pretty well. It's got a 8374 Borgwarner turbo. Performs heaps better, especially having a 4-speed dog box and not a 5-speed gearbox. First gear is usually a bit longer. Having a really responsive turbo is a real benefit, especially when taking off the line in a battle. You really want to get that jump and get the grip. So if you don't, you'll start spinning wheels and your opponent will just kind of pull away from you. We're running twin 40mm Turbo Smart wastegates on it. They just shoot straight down to the floor. Before, when I had the 3582 on it, I had a single 50 that was just shooting out the bonnet, so that's why the hole's there, if anyone wants to know. We're running BA Falcon thermo fans on it. So from my experience over the years, I've tried all different types of fans, Spell fans, Chinese fans, everything. BA thermo fans are the best fans to put on an SR setup or an S chassis. They fit perfectly on the radiator. You have to mod them a little bit, cut them up a little bit, but they're the best thing I've found. So I always run them on all the cars now. I regret not running them on my car in New Zealand earlier. I had overheating problems the first 2 rounds, so we fixed that now. Obviously a 2J in it. It's a 3.1 litre, so it's still got a standard crankshaft in it. Has aftermarket rods in it, aftermarket pistons that have been bored out. So they're factory 86mm and they're now 87mm. Pretty aggressive camshafts in it. Running a 272 on the intake and a 278 on the exhaust. I'm running them staggered because on the intake, to have a smaller cam, it lets the turbo spool faster. So obviously the bigger camshaft you put in a motor, the further it pushes your valves down and lets more air out. It's running... Fire it up, buddy. Fire it up, I can't. There's no fuel in it yet.
No oil in it either.
No oil in
it. See? What would you do without me?
We'll get that done tomorrow. It's running Hypertune intercooler, really good to run. A good intercooler in your car, a nice thick one. G-Force gearbox, it's used in competitions all around the world. It's an old NASCAR gearbox that has been engineered and revised and turned into a gearbox that a lot of people use now in Formula Drift America, the Irish Drift Championship in Ireland, RDS in Russia. It's all dog box, you can shift without the clutch. I generally shift with the clutch because it looks after the gearbox and makes it last. But yeah, they can handle up to 1,000 horsepower, 1,200 horsepower if you want. Power vehicles use those gearboxes in most of their cars because they're really reliable and they're strong. Unlike a sequential, this is just a H pattern dog box, 4 gears. Wisefab have a complete kit where it gives you the lower control arm, which is this big blue thing here. It gives you the knuckle, which is that, they've got extended tie rods. The tie rods are the rods that go off your steering rack, which turn your wheels. And it also comes with a cross member relocation kit. With this, the cross member's cut in half and you weld a relocation kit so your steering rack sits inside your cross member. With Wisefab, because you have so much lock in the car, you want to have no bind.
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. This was designed by James Dean, former drift driver. You can use this in any car you want. A lot of people traditionally will put offset rack spaces, which you can buy from GK Tech or anything like that in their car. I have run them before, and now I swear solely on this. This is probably the best thing that's ever been invented for an ash chassis. Moves the rack real tight, real close, and you get no bind no matter what steering setup you have in your car, whether it be knuckles or PBM or GK Tech or whatever it might be. Just for this relocation kit's around €200, but generally if you buy the whole Wisefab kit, which is about $3,000, somewhere around that, you'll get it with the kit. When you have an accident or a big hit, or when you're battling, I'm sure you've had this problem before, you offset rack space that might break. Do you run them?
No, I don't run them for that reason.
Yeah, they bend your steering rack and they cause a lot of damage, and they make it harder for you basically in the long run. So
Wisefab, personally, I don't recommend getting it when you're learning.
yeah, that's right. It's true.
We'll say your standard ones for cheap. To learn something really basic, that way you can, once you learn the basics and really get the fundamentals down right, you can then obviously progress and eventually end up in a car like this. It's funny, I see a lot of guys at home start off in something like this, with huge power, huge lock, and the fact is that most of those guys, if you put them back into something like the Black 100 that we're in today, they probably couldn't wheel it to save themselves.
It's all about learning, the basics and building up from there.
Yeah,
and it'll make you a better driver.
Great setup, does its job. Obviously at this kind of level you need something like this as well, but yeah, if you're going to try and learn with something like this from the get-go, it's not going to make you a good driver.
I do love a good car with knuckles. Can't go wrong, Yep. In the rear, we've upgraded from a polycarbonate fuel cell to a radium fuel cell. They're basically a regulation that we have to run here in Japan.
Anyone here do any circuit racing at all? Nah. So you see Matty's got a Nankang on the front there. The Nankangs are pretty good. A lot of guys ask me all the time, when they're talking about front tyres, why aren't people buying a full slick, getting all that grip? Unless you're doing something like Matsuri, you're doing 2 laps at a time and stopping in those 2 laps. The heat doesn't retain in a full-on slick like it does with a semi-slick like a Nankang. So you need a good grippy tyre that's going to be responsive basically from stone cold. So the Nankangs are pretty good cold. They're obviously great warm as well. I use a Toyo R1R on the front of my car. They've just discontinued them in my size though, so I've bought the last 4 pairs in the country. They're just phenomenal from cold. Whereas you'll see some guys will try like a R888, like a full-on slick, no heat, first corner, off the end of first corner. So yeah, it's a balancing game really.
All right.
Sweet. That's it.
All good?
So now we're all going
Happy?
to drive this.
All right, now everyone jump in for a lap. All right, cool.
Alrighty guys, that pretty much wraps up the first day here in Japan. Well, basically it's the second day in Japan, but first day I pretty much just went straight to a hotel, went to sleep, and then woke up early to meet up with the guys in Tokyo or whatever. Now we're out here in Fukushima, it's a bit of a ride from Tokyo on the bullet train. I was going to film all that stuff, but I feel like there's going to be so much other exciting stuff going down this week, and I can't wait to show you guys. Today was pretty much just learning the track, or the rules and stuff, and then also getting a little ride along with Matty and that. So that was super exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to drive the Chaser myself, see how much I can progress over the next 6-7 days or whatever. I want to give a big shout out to Sideways Experience for giving me the opportunity to do this. I don't think there's many companies, if any, that offer this sort of facility. Ebisu Track it's the heart of grassroots drifting in the world, and it's pretty much, if you're into drifting, Ebisu is on your list. And this sideways experience just makes everything so much easier, like having the cars, the tires, the fuel, everything organized, accommodation. This place is pretty nice. I got my own room. You know, oh, hello, TV. Didn't even notice that. I want to give a shout out to Sideways Experience, and of course Hard Tuned for supplying some awesome gear. Got a 180SX Type X t-shirt. You can check the link in the description, get your own below. Also, I want to give a big shout out to a subscriber. His name is Angry Panda on Instagram. Shout out to you, buddy, because you are a legend. He actually lent me his GoPro 7 and this little rig, so that should come in handy this week. I didn't use it today because I've just I'm on this rig, but you know, it should definitely come in handy. Thanks for that, mate. I'm gonna go out, do some exploring, get some adapters for my laptop and stuff so I can edit up these videos for you guys. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next episode where I get to drift the JZX. Yeah.